Okay, so I like this comment a lot because it is the perfect example of what I mean when I say you have to examine other factors before you get emotional and then blame everything on your skin tone. That's an irrational way of living life. It's very dense and it's unintelligent, honestly. So let's address this comment. One person commented under my video and said, if colorism doesn't exist for pretty dark-skinned women, why is Kelly Rowland always getting the short end of the stick? So first of all, like I say in all of my videos, I never said colorism isn't real. I think that you guys are taking it to the extreme, like how extreme this comment is. So someone actually responded back and said, be for real. Does Kelly Rowland put music out like that? Whitney Houston is one of the most successful singers ever, and she was dark-skinned. Or at least close enough. Be for real. Talent is talent. And so when you're used to looking at the world from a victim perspective, you only focus on the woe is me situations, and you never focus on the ones who are actually successful in dark skin, like Naomi Campbell and so on. You know, they never bring up those people. They always bring up the underdogs. And for me, I just feel like that's such a depressing way of living your life. Secondly, what are you talking about? The reason why Beyonce is way more successful than Kelly Rowland is because she applies herself more. Beyonce, you have to give her her flowers. You cannot reduce that woman down to her skin tone. That is so wrong. She puts blood, sweat, and tears into her craft. You know, and I noticed that with Virgos. I'm getting off topic, but like Michael Jackson was a Virgo. One thing about Virgos is when they are interested in something and passionate about something, they're going to excel in it. Like Virgos are perfectionists. So Beyonce is an incredible performer. You cannot say she's underrated. You have to literally analyze all her performances. She's an incredible singer. She puts out more incredible music, especially back in the day. And that's why she's more successful than Kelly Rowland. Kelly Rowland kind of just allowed herself to stay kind of in the background, and she did not apply herself like Beyonce. That's why Beyonce is more successful than Kelly Rowland. You have to examine other factors before jumping straight into, it's because of their skin tone. We're all victims. Woe is me. In this case, it has nothing to do with skin tone. Beyonce is the better singer than Kelly Rowland. She's the better performer. She's the better dancer. All of that. I'm sorry. She's just better when it comes to talent than Kelly Rowland. That's why she's more successful. And I feel like it's honestly so rude when we do that. Beyonce put in the work to be Beyonce. She really did. She put in the work for her name to hold weight. We basically strip all her hard work and ethic and just go, you're only at the top because of your skin tone. That's rude. And that's not true at all. She's at the top because she's not a victim and she applies herself. She worked extremely hard. And I always use this analogy in my videos. You know, that's like a doctor going through the blood, sweat, and tears of medical school, my favorite analogy. And once they become a doctor, you tell them, you're only a doctor because you're pretty. You're only a doctor because you're light-skinned. That is so disrespectful for all of the sacrifices that doctor made. It's the same situation when it comes to this, and you can apply it in all areas of your life. But what I was trying to say was, colorism content really makes you see life through a victim perspective, and you're so negative. You always want to bring up bad examples that aren't even true half of the time. Because this right here, this little she thought she ate, you didn't. We can clearly see why Beyonce is more successful than Kelly Rowland. It is extremely unintelligent, irrational, and dense to go around and strip people of their hard work and say you only got there because of your skin color. Are there some cases where that might be true? Of course. That's how life goes. You can always find an exception. But what I'm saying is, before we skip and hop and jump over examining all of the factors and go straight to, it's their skin tone, breathe, examine the factors first, and then make that conclusion. That's what I'm trying to say. And like literally, this principle can be applied to anything. It can be applied to your dating life. Like, for example, there's a girl that's on YouTube constantly complaining about, you know, colorism and stuff like that. And I click her videos, she's screaming, she's cursing every 5 seconds. I almost felt like I had PTSD watching that. That was just triggering for me. Do you have kids? Like, there was no nurturing bone in her body, and then she's screaming, people don't like me because I'm dark skinned. You can't do that. You have to examine yourself, evaluate other factors that might be contributing to why you are getting shortcutted before we jump to skin tone. That's my entire point. We can go ahead and flip it and apply this to dating. It is so rude to look at a couple and be like, they're only together because she's light skinned. What if she was a good cook? What if she had a good personality? What if she was really pretty? What if she had a nice body? What if she had a good attitude? What if she's not bitter? What if she's not argumentative? What if she's a cool person? And if she's not any of those things, then maybe you can say skin tone. That's all I'm trying to say. I always say, I think the colorism channels is really just, it has you guys severely brainwashed to where your lens and the way you see life is just so manipulated in such a dark and negative way. That's a negative way to look at life. You look at all bad examples and not the good ones. That's all I'm trying to say. And a lot of people, they're just not understanding. They're not getting it. You know, some girls do, some girls don't. They'll skip this entire video. There will be people in the comment section still arguing, colorism is real. You're not listening to what I'm saying. If you're still in the comment section talking about colorism is real, you're not hearing me, and that's your problem. Those colorism channels made you guys on the go, ready to argue, ready to fight. You guys don't know how to sit back and listen when a person is talking. The word skin tone and colorism, it just triggers you and you're ready to fight and you're typing. But if you listen to what I'm saying, I'm making a lot of sense. So those are the comments that I noticed that I'm getting a lot. It's just a lot of people just dedicated to misunderstanding me and not listening. If you put Beyonce next to Kelly Rowland and they do a performing battle, Beyonce is going to win. Put Beyonce's songs next to Kelly Rowland's songs, Beyonce is going to have better songs. It's just an extreme victim mentality. That's how I look at it. So yeah.
And also having somebody that's that close to you that's that good.
Yes. Yes. I mean, that's how we grow
naturally, but also work ethic, driven and work ethic. That has to.
Yes.
I mean, you're driven too, but I'm just saying. That energy.
Hers is different.
It's different, right?
It's different. It's like another whole beast. Like, and it's so funny because her being that focused in that space made me come up in another space that I'm just as excited about in. So I'm like, oh, I have to pay attention to that much detail. I'll watch the way she works. It's so incredibly intricate. Mm-hmm. It's something that you're born with. You either have it or you don't.
Yeah.
And it's a really dope focus, and it's one of the many reasons that makes her so fucking dope.